Coming up, a teenager appears in court related to a drive-by shooting where an innocent mother was killed. Why the 16-year-old could now be charged as an adult. And state lawmakers gear up to redraw Louisiana's congressional maps, where the controversy lies less than 48 hours before the special session.
Live, you're watching Fox 44 News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Kellyanne Biley. Thank you so much for joining us for Fox 44 News at 5:30. My co-anchor Tavarius Haywood has the night off. Our top story tonight, will a Baton Rouge 16-year-old be tried as an adult for murder? A teen was arrested last week for the alleged killing of a mother during a February shooting. Fox 44's Ariel Salk joins us live now from the juvenile courthouse, which is just across from the airport, there to explain. Ariel, what's the latest?
Kellyanne, the judge has decided to give the defense a 30-day extension so they can go over the evidence a little more before they issue a ruling. Now, on his 16th birthday, the teen, who we are not naming yet, sat in front of the judge. He's charged with first-degree murder of the death of Dolores Jackson. Jackson was outside of her home with her three-year-old son, which was hit by a stray bullet on Cadillac Street. Police say the teen got into an argument and started shooting. His attorney, Brent Stockstill, says there just isn't enough evidence to convict him of this crime.
What I've seen so far, I don't think the state has sufficient evidence to prosecute him on the crime. It's my intent to meet with the district attorney and discuss that matter to see if there's information that I'm unaware of.
If the judge rules there's sufficient probable cause for this crime, the case will automatically transfer to adult court. The teen will remain here in juvenile detention while he waits for his hearing. Now, the district attorney can call on a grand jury before the July hearing. If they find sufficient evidence, then this teen will be tried as an adult in the 19th JDC. Reporting live outside the juvenile court, Ariel Salk, Fox 44 News.
Thank you so much for gathering that information, Ariel. I want to turn now to your local election headquarters. A federal appeals court has lifted its hold on Louisiana's congressional redistricting. The ruling means a special session may start Wednesday for a remap ordered by a district judge. There are still a lot of questions about the special session, however, and the new maps, like whether legislative leadership will move on any of the Democrats' maps, the ones that add a second majority-minority district. A full appeal of the federal court's decision is expected to be heard during the week of July 4th. Meanwhile, top election official Kyle Ardoin releasing a statement saying in part, while I strongly disagree, I also remain committed that my office will do everything in our power to administer fair and equitable elections for all Louisiana voters in 2022. And an update in the investigation into the death of Ronald Green, who died while in state police custody. District Attorney John Belton of Lincoln and Union parishes says the FBI has more information for him this week. It comes as Belton announces his bid for Attorney General. Capitol reporter Shannon Hecht brings us the latest.
District Attorney John Belton says that he is to meet with the FBI this week to have investigation files from the Ronald Green case turned over to him. He would not comment on specific charges he would bring, but expects to move quickly once he has all the information.
Once I get that information, then I will move and ask for a special grand jury like I've promised.
Recent testimony revealed that the governor's office viewed body camera video months before Belton did from John Clary, where Green is shown being beaten. Belton says the reason behind the delay in evidence being turned over to him causes him great concern.
That's the big question, and I think that's part of it, the reason why state police is under investigation.
Amid this investigation, Belton has announced that he is running for Attorney General. With 30 years of prosecuting experience, he hopes to uphold the law and work to reduce crime in Louisiana.
Attorney General's office is not, should not be involved in policymaking. We execute the law, we follow the law, and we apply the law.
That election will be in the fall of 2023. For your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
Governor John Bel Edwards has also been called to testify about the case. That was originally scheduled for this Thursday, but has been pushed back because of the session, which begins on Wednesday. And on Capitol Hill, public testimony continues as the House committee investigates the January 6th riot. Today's testimony focused on what former President Donald Trump was told about the election results and whether he intentionally continued to promote what they're calling, quote, the big lie. or his false claims of election fraud in order to stay in power.
Talked sense to the president. After the election, he didn't seem to be listening.
Instead, followed the course recommended by an apparently inebriated Rudy Giuliani to just claim he won and insist that the vote counting stop, to falsely claim everything was fraudulent.
Another hearing will take place this Wednesday. It's going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Testimony is expected to focus on how Trump pressured the Justice Department to claim widespread election fraud. Well, the average price of a gallon of gas across the country now has jumped to $5.10 per gallon. But the lowest of the highs is actually right here in Baton Rouge. Those prices are still putting a strain on capital area drivers, however. And Fox 44's Rachel Riley brings us some ideas on how you can soften the blow to your pocketbook.
Gas prices are high everywhere. Behind me, a gallon reaching almost $4.50. Now, there are some ways to make sure you get the most out of every drop.
We continue to see gas prices climb and new records set just about every day.
And now, $4.52, breaking another one, the highest average Louisiana has ever seen, according to AAA.
The economy's recovery, coming out of the pandemic, as well as the ongoing Russian war with Ukraine.
AAA spokesman Nick Chabaria says there's no magic fix to increase your car's fuel economy, but you can make the best out of the situation, beginning with your maintenance.
Things like oil changes, taking care of any check engine lights that come up. The easiest thing that drivers can do is making sure their tires are properly inflated. Underinflated tires can decrease a vehicle's fuel economy by as much as 10%.
He says aggressive driving is one of the biggest fuel burners.
Avoid jackrabbiting, which is hard accelerating to try to beat traffic or try to beat a stoplight.
Other tips are to cut off the car if stopped for a long time, remove unnecessary weight, and slow down.
Most vehicles will top out their fuel economy right around 55 miles an hour.
And before you take that summer road trip, do some research, shop around.
See maybe what prices are looking like where you're going, versus what they're at where you live. So you may save some money by filling up at home rather than on the road.
AAA says you can expect these elevated prices throughout the summer. From Baton Rouge, Rachel Riley, Fox 44 News.
Well, we want to bring in our chief meteorologist, Ashley Rose, now, who's taking a look at traffic.
It's a mess out there, Kellyanne, and it doesn't help that it's hot, it's really humid, but notice how visibility is not all too great. We actually have an air quality alert in place, so sitting in traffic not helping by any means to the air quality. We have Saharan dust in place, and this is going to impact our air quality tomorrow as well. As you see, we have stop and go traffic, and then I-12 East, we have stop and go traffic, some moderate to pretty high congestion or some dense congestion at the moment. And then traffic starting to pick up basically between 110 and about College. I'll have a full check on your forecast coming up next. Expect more heat. 90